Hi, YouTube. Thank you so much for coming to my live stream. I'm really, really excited to be here and to talk about this specific Brendon Bouchard topic today. I hope everyone is having a fantastic weekend and you are excited to do things with your family. I need to have a better introduction. I don't know how to do introductions to streams in the first like 30 seconds when some of my friends are just coming on. I don't know how to do it. I need to improve. Yesterday we went to we my friend and I went to Denny's and I had pancakes and toast. And then today for breakfast I had a bagel. I love bagels. What did you have for breakfast? Tell me if you want. Charlie says, "Hi all." Hi Charlie. Thank you for joining. Amanda said, "Hi Heather." Hi Amanda. Thanks for coming. Today we are talking about Brendon Bouchard, who is a world-renowned self-help guru, and we're talking specifically about his High Performance Institute. I thought it was really interesting. It's a lot of bullshit, like all of this self help stuff is. So I'm really excited to quickly go through the website and then we're going to listen to Brendon talk about what being a high performer actually means. It's a bunch of bullshit, in my opinion. So, this is the High Performance Institute website, and it says here change your habits, change your life. I did put this to 175% because I'm blind. Okay, High Performance Institute. High performance equals succeeding beyond standard norms over the long term while maintaining positive well being and relationships. Okay, so just living at a higher quality than we usually do, I think. The High Performance Institute, founded by Brendon Bouchard, is a team of scholars who conducted research on how high performers think, behave, influence others, and win. We've created the world's only validated high performance assessment, as well as the first professional certification program in the field, Certified High Performance Coaching. We now have been blessed to train, coach, and measure more high performers than any other organization in the world. I read this sentence to my husband and he was like, "That means nothing. What is he even saying?" So, validated. You could just make up an assessment and say, "This is how really successful people think and behave. I validated it." It doesn't really matter. Like it makes it sound really professional when it might not actually be. And then it's the first professional certification program in the field. How do you certify a program? Like, what's the process for that? Could you just say something is certified and then it's magically certified? What we've learned through our decade of high performance coaching, as well as our 3-year research study of high performers worldwide, is this: dramatic performance improvements are possible with deliberate habits. Practice certain habits and boom, life changes for the better. It turns out that there are just 6 habits that seem to matter the most. These 6 habits, which we call the high performance habits or the HP6, are seek clarity, generate energy, raise necessity, increase productivity, develop influence, and demonstrate courage. I will argue later that all of these things we obtain these skills and habits naturally through our day to day life, just on the basis of growing up and maturing. And we do not need Brendon Bouchard to teach us how to be a high performer. Seems like more and more of these coaching grifts are popping up. Yes. And Brendon Bouchard has been all around the MLM circuit as well. He has most recently he did a talk with Beachbody, I think, and I have seen him on other stages. Oh, DC's here. Hi, DC. DC says, "Hey, Heather." Hi, everyone. Go subscribe to DC. She's fantastic. Her channel is killing it recently. It always is, but go subscribe to DC. DC, we're just talking about Brendon Bouchard's High Performance Institute. So, meet the HPI team. Randy Garn, we don't need to talk about him. And then, oh, I can't just like go from screen to screen. It's really annoying. Present. Let's go to the next one. So this is the High Performance Institute solution. Okay? Turning high potential into high performers. All the tools you need to fully charge your employees. Our coaching and training solutions equip your employees with the mindset and habits that drive results. This is their process. First is assessment. Pre and post high performance indicator assessment to provide a starting baseline and measurable results upon completion. High Performance Habits online course. Learn powerful strategies and daily practices for mastering key habits. I should have turned my phone down. Sorry about that. For mastering key habits that improve performance and well being. Coaching. Interactive group coaching sessions promotes social learning, deepens knowledge, and provides a space for real world application. We also offer personal one on one high performance coaching. Become a certified coach. Certified high performance coaching program teaches you everything high performance to be your organization's champion. So it does seem like they are gearing their services to employers who want to help their employees reach their fullest potential, and I think it's a load of bullshit because, as I'll say later, you just learn these habits by existing and having new experiences, which he will also say in the video that we're going to react to. And he's literally just teaching you how to be a more successful person in his mind. And I wonder how he developed the kind of reputation that he has, like, the right to be teaching people how to be the best version of themselves, but we know this is, like, the nature of the self-help industry, that we're all deficient in some way, and that Brendon's High Performance Institute is the only answer to our needs and the only way we're gonna be the best person that we can possibly be. Blended learning journey through a consistent approach. That should be a comma there. Brendon, I will proofread your crap for you. Hit me up. Employees can sustain new habits using mastery tools and group coaching. Science based curriculum leads learners through a blended journey to increase their overall performance in the 6 high performance habits. What is a blended journey? Is that, like, in person and online? I feel like there's a lot of buzzwords here, and, like, sustain and mastery and blended. Just tell us what you're doing. Tell us how you're helping us become high performers. There's just a lot of buzzwords that don't make a whole lot of sense. So this is the learning journey. You start with a launch session, seek clarity in the first 1 to 2 months. Group coaching application session. You generate energy and it's self directed. Wow. Group coaching session. Raise necessity. Group coaching application session. So that's probably telling us in a group session how we are going to raise necessity. Review of personal habits action planning. Increase productivity. Group coaching application session. Develop influence. Coaching application session. Demonstrate courage. Coaching application session. Certificate of completion, progressive mastery for ongoing success. So it looks like for each of the habits of a high performer, they do a self directed portion of it first, and then they get together in a group and they learn how to apply what they learned for their habits, and then they'll move on to the next one. So it seems like this whole process takes approximately 6 months. I want to know what this part means. Progressive mastery. Like, is he following up with people who take his course? I wonder. Oh, so here are the high performance outcomes, how they define and measure success. So these are the high performance habits, and these are the outcomes. None of this makes any sense, sir. Seek clarity. Accelerate innovation. I feel like innovation is the biggest buzzword ever. Generate energy. Optimize wellness and joy. Raise necessity. Strengthen culture. Increase productivity. Sustain growth. Develop influence. Inspire collective agility slash momentum. What does this mean? Inspire collective agility slash momentum. What does that even mean? I'm not sure. Inspire, maybe, like, I don't even know. I couldn't even make it up. What do you guys think? Demonstrate courage. Make bold moves because Brendon is the only tool that we could use that will help us be bold in our life, right? I have one more screen and then I want to share the video. And this screen will just describe to us some of the programs they offer in some detail. Oh my goodness, why does StreamYard not show me comments? Now I just got a bunch of comments from the last like 5 minutes, and I swear I'm not ignoring you guys. DC said thank you. You're welcome, DC. Loving your stuff. So educational. I love your commentary style, and it's just very soothing to listen to you for sure. I don't know a lot about this guy. Glad you're covering this. Oh, good, good. I'm glad you are enjoying the topic so far. And the video is also interesting too. Do you think the decline of MLMs are leading people to these coaching strategies? Seems tailored to MLM sales force. Yeah, it definitely is tailored to the MLM sales force, but like others, it's not they don't specifically come out and say this is for MLM people, this is for MLM leaders only, but maybe because people are realizing that they're not making a lot of money in MLM and that they'll be able to make more coaching. Just like Charlie, I think you were around for the Beach Boss influencers where they told us they were in like $50,000 in debt before they started their coaching. It's like they failed in MLM, so they went into coaching instead. It's laughable. These sound expensive, and of course, we can't actually find the price. We cannot find the prices anywhere. Yes, DC, they use a lot of $5 words. That's funny. Okay, so here are the programs they offer. Corporate high performance habits training. I'm going to read this slowly so I don't say the wrong words constantly. Our science-backed online high performance habits builder program that focuses on the 6 habits that make people extraordinary. Our solution is a digital learning experience, easy to use and consume, and will engage your organization, team, and employees with powerful strategies and daily practices for improving performance and achieving long term success. The high performance habits are designed to support internal and external success, leading to and resulting in accelerated development and increased productivity. You need to learn how to get to the point, Brendon. Like, can't you just say, this program is to help your employees be as productive as possible, period. Like, none of this is fluff. In my employment environment, I would be like, they'd be like, you have to cut this down to 1 sentence. There's so much fluff in this. It's all fluff. Certified High Performance Coaching Program. As a certified high performance coach, you will be trained on the science backed frameworks and skills needed to implement a 12-week, 90-day coaching program with your clients or team that then continues as long as you want. Coaching is the one skill that accelerates every area of your life, helps you learn more in any career, and can improve all your relationships in your life forever. Wow, all relationships, Brendon? That's amazing. As a certified high performance coach, you will learn how to offer people for your coaching service. You will learn how to offer people, take out four. You will learn how to offer people your coaching services, one-on-one or group coaching, or you can immediately begin coaching people on your team or at work. This can become a viable business or solution for you. Become a master high. What? Let me try this again. I'm going to read it exactly how it's written. This can become a viable business or solution for you. Become a master high performance coach. This can become. Does anyone understand that sentence? Tell me what this sentence means. What's a viable business? Maybe it's like it can become a viable business for you when you become a top high performance coach. Tell me what that means. I don't understand. Honestly, my mind wanders with these paragraphs. Same. And they don't proofread, and it's confusing for me. Hi, Heather. I was working on my taxes and lost track of time. Oh, that's okay. We're talking about Brendon Burchard today and his high performance coaching institute. No, what did they call it? High Performance Institute and his different programs within the institute. And I have to do my taxes soon too. It's due at the end of next month. Okay, our last one before we go to the video. Our programs use a scientifically tested and proven approach to achieve success that is rooted in decades of research. Show us the research. I want to see the research, Brendon, and show us like the citations, and then we can go and look at all this brilliant research. Unlike other coaching programs, the agenda and focus of our coaching is directed by the coach, ensuring that there is always progress and forward movement for the client. Every session has clear goals and intended outcomes, and every session builds on the next, so the clients experience a level of learning and development that is very intentional and strategic in its progression. Okay, in addition, each session is follow up. DC just said someone got the discount copywriters. Yes, each session is follow up. Followed up, Brendon, followed up. With an intensive worksheet that not only reinforces the session topic, it's a worksheet, it's a single worksheet, so that not only reinforces, the worksheet not only reinforces, right? I'll proofread for you, Brendon. This is what I do for a living. I'll proofread for you, and I'll make your content better. That not only reinforces the session topic, but also allows the client to reflect more deeply on the topic. Period. Ultimately, the goal of high performance coaching is to help clients succeed above and beyond standard norms over the long term while maintaining well being and positive relationships. You can learn how to maintain positive relationships just on the basis of meeting new people, having new experiences, growing up, being an adult. You don't need Brendon. Where's my mouse? Why am I annoyed already? It's okay. It doesn't really matter. It'll be fine, you know? Share screen. Okay. This is kind of an old video. It's 7 years old, but I think it explains high performance really well, what he means by high performance, and I thought it was interesting. So I hope you guys like it. It's only 13 minutes long, but I have a lot to say.
Performance. I know you guys see me quote all the time as high performance coach Brendon Burchard, but what the heck does that mean? Well, it means I coach people to reach their highest levels of performance and potential in everything that they're doing. But what is high performance, and who is a high performer, and how do you get there? Spent 19 years researching and working and coaching people through this topic because I just feel like, isn't that what we all want? You know, we all want to become our best at whatever we're doing, and we don't want to become our best over a short period of time. You know, I don't think many people are looking for peak performance. You know, teach me to be good, real good. And then of course, what's at the bottom or the next part of every peak? A valley, a drop. It's like we want heightened and sustained performance and potential in our to be heightened.
Oh, I should let him get to the end of his thought. Sorry.
We want to sustain.
That's not realistic, though, because we can't control stresses that come up in our life. We can't control mental health challenges that may pop up for us. And it's not realistic to be at a high peak, like a high level, and always sustain that. It's natural for our emotions to change and for things to pop up that may impact our level of performance. So I think he's already starting off at a really like unrealistic and potentially toxic point for your average person. I don't know, people in the chat, do you agree with that? Is it realistic for the average person to always be at a peak level of performance that is above their normal standards of achievement?
The sort of textbook definition, we could say it means in our personal lives, it means succeeding and excelling over the long term above standard norms. That means we do better than we usually would for a long period of time. We maintain our potential. We maintain our success. We maintain the energy, the vibe, the flow, the zone, whatever you call it, right? A lot of athletes, we're out of the zone. What they meant was they hit high performance that season. That was a season when they were something beyond they normally did, maintained it. And those times in our lives are amazing, right? You ever had a time at work when you really hit your stride, where you really hit high performance? It seems like you were being more productive than you usually were, more productive than even your teammates or maybe even your supervisor were. You were like in the flow. You were all.
He made an example of professional athletes having a fantastic season, and I'm thinking like for like NHL goalies, say, who aren't doing very well and are like in a mental block, do you think they would go to someone like Brendon Burchard, or do you think they would probably have like sports psychologists on staff who are specifically trained in helping the best athletes in the world move past their mental blocks? Like, I highly doubt like the Toronto Maple Leafs are going to go hire Brendon Burchard over a sports psychologist with like 20 years experience with NHL goalies. I'm not saying that the Toronto team, like their goalie sucks. I'm not saying that, but it's just an example. And also, like, there's times when we are so productive at work and we're just like firing on all cylinders, and then that falls off. Well, our life may be harder. Something might have come up. Our kids might be sick. We might be experiencing some kind of challenge that may make it harder for us to be productive at work. And sometimes it's okay, instead of us being at an 80%, sometimes it's okay to be at a 50 and just do what you need to do and go home and rest. I've never understood why someone would want to be on all the time. And I think he wants us to get to a level of achievement that is above our standard norm and maintain that level of achievement. And if it wavers at all, then we are not high performers.
On for a period of time. I don't mean just a day or a week. I mean, you are really on it for a couple of months or maybe even a year or two. That's when you hit high performance. My quest has been to figure out, well, what happened in that year or two for you? Or what happened in that season for the athlete so they can grasp it again, so they can get it back? My whole career is ultimately about figuring that out. I mean, if you read all my books, it's always trying to figure out, how do we draw from ourselves the greatest amount of energy, engagement, enthusiasm we can, so we can experience what we call the charged life. And I feel like if we experience the charged life enough, that's when we hit high performance all areas of our life.
If we draw the greatest amount of energy and excitement, then we are living the charged life. The charged life could look different for everyone. I feel like I'm going to say the same thing over and over again. The charged life for a single parent of 3 kids could be like, I got my kids up and got them to school on time for once, and got myself to work on time. I slept in on Saturday when my kids were sleeping, like, it's going to look, a charged life is going to look different for that parent as compared to a single person in their 20s who doesn't really have responsibilities and can really focus on self-improvement more often. That didn't make sense, but I hope you know what I mean. I'd be exhausted. Same here, Charlie. Same here.
Feel like, it's just our relationships are vibing and going really well. Our career is vibing and going really well. Our hobbies, our passions. Now, it would be a little bit crazy to think all those things could always be perfect, and that's not what I'm after at all. I'm not after perfection. I'm after excellence. I'm after, how can we all achieve our best, but keep at that level where, instead of life where it's ups and downs, ups and downs and ups and downs for so many people, that's not what we're after. When an Olympic athlete hires me, or a Fortune 50 CEO hires me, the reason they do it is because they know I'm going to get them up here. I'm going to keep them up there, because they can't afford in the marketplace to have ups and downs. Their sponsors don't like when they have lots of wins and losses. They hit peak performance in a game, but the next game they backed out. It's like, no, how do we keep them up there? Well,
that's not always true, man. For like team sports, like the Canadian women's Olympic hockey team, like, say in a world where they like started losing and like they weren't getting medals, like the top women on that team, like the most well-known, they're still going to be well-known. Like Sarah Nurse is still going to have commercials and be at like the NHL All-Star game, or not the game, like All-Star weekend. Like, she's still going to be well known because she has like the recognition. I know that's not the point, but I think a lot of the crap that he's saying is false. And doesn't make any sense. He was saying that we're in moments where our relationships are vibing. Sure, but do you think our relationships are vibing because while we're going through different stages in our life and we're having relationships and maybe they end and we enter new ones, we're just learning about our expectations and our boundaries and how we want to be treated. And then once we are going into new relationships, we're also learning how to be like an attentive, loving partner just on the basis of new life experiences. We don't need Brendon Burchard to tell us how to be a good partner.
Here's what I found. There's basically 5 qualities of high performance. It's that people who are high performing in any area, they got these 5 things going on for them. And if we can just get you to that point where we maintain those 5 things, then we could call you a high performer no matter what you're doing. And so what's the first one? The first quality of high performance or a high performer is clarity. They've got just an uncommon amount of clarity about who they are, what they're seeking to do or achieve or experience. They've got a heightened quality about what their interactions should be with other people. They're very, very, very focused. Again, they're clear about who they are, about what they're after, how they should be interacting with other people, what experiences they're after. I mean, they're in the zone because they know their goal. They're in the zone because they know what they're about. They know their strengths. They know what the game is. And all that clarity in their life allows them to make better decisions, focus on what's important, to get rid of distractions, to be who they truly are, to be intentional. All that comes from clarity. And without clarity, there's no way we could ever reach high performance in our lives. And the second thing,
clarity, in my mind, that's just like examining your life, your friendships, your career, deciding whether or not you're where you want to be, you're doing the job that you want to be in, that people are treating you in the way you want to be treated. I think it's just establishing boundaries, maintaining your boundaries, and making sure you're in an environment where you feel happy and you feel fulfilled and that you're being valued. I think, again, the ability to see clarity comes from simply growing up, having new life experiences, understanding what you want your life to look like. And me at 21, 22, I did not have that same level of clarity because I didn't have as many life experiences as I do now. I think I don't need Brendon's help to establish clarity. I think I got it. I think I got it just on the basis of growing up, moving around the country, doing different kinds of jobs, and just learning about myself in the process. I feel like I'm going to say this kind of thing a lot in this video.
Thing that we know for sure is there's heightened and sustained levels of energy. High performers have more energy. A high-performing athlete has more energy than one who's dogging it. We know that.
That's not true. Like the NHL goalie who is in a slump, they could potentially be practicing and working out a lot more to get out of said slump. They may be working with their sports psychologist more to figure out where their mental block is. And I think an athlete who's at the top of their game will also work hard, but I feel like it would be the opposite because there's more urgency behind the one who is in a slump to improve and get better, right? So like they don't lose their NHL contract the next year.
Physical that goes along with their days. The energy is just, it's palpable. You can feel it around them. And of course, it's not luck. They're generating that energy. They're conditioning that energy in their body by their training regimen. They're conditioning the energy in their mental stamina by having the clarity of what to focus on, what not to focus on, and getting very disciplined about where they give their time, energy, effort, attention. So they're not pulled in a million different places, because you know how it is. If you're pulled in a million different places or you're multitasking dozens and dozens of things, your energy is dissipated. Theirs is extraordinarily focused and powered up with reserves. The third thing that we see.
That's not always realistic. What if you are not a professional athlete or you are not a Fortune, 50 CEO? Say you're a parent and you are you are being a fantastic parent, a fantastic employee, a fantastic spouse and son and friend, but your energy has to be in like 10 different places at once just because of the nature of your life. You have to focus on your kids, you have to focus on your work, you have to focus on your friends. You can't just focus on one area and like would that mean that the parent with 6,000 different responsibilities is not a high performer, Brendan? I don't think that's true. And also, he's just describing maintaining boundaries and saying no to things that you don't want to do. That's again a normal thing that you can develop just on the basis of being a human who has life experiences, Brendan.
See, is a courage that they're more likely to speak up for themselves, speak up.
We're more likely to speak up for ourselves. I had my first year living where I was living. I did not have a great first year, and people were kind of rude to me at work, and I just didn't have a good experience in this first year. During that first year, I didn't have as much life experience, and maybe I didn't have the courage needed to speak up. But then after that experience, I had more courage. I figured out that I don't like it when people treat me in a negative manner, of course, and I just developed that courage. We all develop courage to do things in our day-to-day life. It's like talking, like standing up for yourself against a mean boss. Say you meet someone that you are interested in romantically and you put yourself out there and you make yourself vulnerable to see if they like you too. That takes courage. It takes courage to move to a new city and make new friends. It takes courage to move to a new job. It takes courage to for some people to go to a fitness class that they've never been to before by themselves. It takes courage for some people to go out for dinner with their friends. Courage is just a part of our everyday life. It's just our everyday life. We all we all have to be courageous in our everyday life, and for some people it's harder than others, but we all do it like 20 times a day. My main argument is we don't need Brendan to know how to have courage. You can't have the knowledge without the experience. I agree. I agree. What do you think about what I'm saying? Like, do you agree with the fact that, like, we all just develop these skills naturally from just living and doing new things every day and every year? Or I don't know. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. Oh, oops.
To know what they stand for. That's what high performers do. They're more willing to speak up for themselves, take action, and take risks than other people. And that's why they tend to get ahead a little bit better than other people, because so many other people are paralyzed with analysis paralysis. They're scared about what to do. They're unwilling to take that risk that might just give them that extra edge. And so high performers are very focused on being courageous. They, in fact, tend to sort of focus on the word courage in their work. They know that it takes a high degree of courage to put their ideas out there, to express who they truly are with the world, to say no to things that aren't on their path or of their passion, to stick to their purpose even when the whole world is judging them, pushing them. They stay the course. They have the courage to stay the course. And because
what he was just saying there is really related to network marketing for sure. Like people who have courage, they don't get stuck in analysis paralysis because they're able to like take that risk and just move forward and not worry about what other people say. And they have the ability to tune out the negative perceptions of people around them and just do things anyway. And we know that's a big thing in network marketing where you're told to ignore the negative thoughts and opinions of your family, of your friends, and just jump into your network marketing business and just learn as you go and take messy action. So I don't think this is geared specifically to network marketing, but a lot of the stuff he's saying is related. I think some people can develop them naturally and some people need help. I love what you were saying about courage. Yeah, that's a good point. Thank you, DC. And I think I'm just talking about, like, my experience developing these habits and these characteristics, and you're right, like, not everyone is the same. I have moved around a lot, and I moved to different parts of Canada by myself, and I've, like, literally came to the city I was in right now knowing no one, with 1 suitcase, little suitcase of clothes, 1 suitcase of, like, paper plates, and, like, a little bit of food, and, like, that's all I had, and I, like, never been to the city before, and I, like, figured it out myself, and I think I developed a lot of these habits through that experience, and so you're right, not everyone has that kind of experience, and some people will need help to develop these, and I think it's good to have the self-awareness to examine your life, examine what's important to you and how you want to achieve those goals. I just don't like how these self-help gurus kind of, like, prey on people's desire to be a more fulfilled person, a more complete human in their own vision, and, like, make it seem like their fancy program is the only way to achieve their personal goals. But that's a fantastic point, DC. Have the courage to remain in your MLM despite losing money, friends, time, etc. Yep. Have the courage to ignore the very real concerns of your family and friends and just stay in the MLM, because we hear a lot that people will question things that they don't understand, and maybe people question your MLM because they're jealous that you're doing something different and that you appear to be having success. And it's really, we know that that narrative is used in, like, a really toxic manner, and it makes it seem like your friends and family who love you and who want the best for you are just trying to, like, restrict your potential, right? I think self-awareness is key if you can learn things yourself. Yes. I think it's really important to, like, examine your life and examine your behavior and just determine, like, the kind of person that you want to be for sure.
As they do that, they outperform everybody else who gave up or quit when they got judged or when it was too hard or who were too scared to take the action.
People who leave MLMs, they did not leave because they were scared or because they were scared to take action or just because they didn't want to be judged. Maybe they left because it was, like, harming their relationships. Maybe they start to have cognitive dissonance because everyone they care about in their life, everyone they love is questioning their job. I don't know about you, but if my husband, my parents, my friends all started to worry about the job I was in, I wouldn't automatically quit, but I would start to think, why are all my closest loved ones worried about me? Maybe this is an issue, maybe I need to examine it, right? But we know in MLM you're told to not critically analyze any information, and you're told not to research, because literally if you research, then you're going to find negative information about the industry and about the company that you're in.
So we have to look at people's courage to see how they're doing in their life. The next thing we know, the fourth element of high performance is productivity. High performers just produce more. If you look at a high performing athlete, they're putting in more hours on the field. If you look at a high performing executive, they're more.
No, I'm going to keep going back to hockey because I'm obsessed with hockey. NHL goal scorer, if he's not scoring goals and the news is questioning, like, why isn't he performing? That person is going to spend time practicing their shots after practice. That person is going to practice their, like, accuracy shooting. They're going to be like, I'm going to do 30 shots in the top right corner continuously. I'm going to keep doing it until I can do 30 shots in a row. Like, they're going to work at their skill harder because they're not achieving their desired level of success. A goal scorer in the NHL wants to score goals. If he's not, he's going to practice more.
Efficient and effective with their time than their counterparts. It seems in the same amount of time, they get more done, or they get into the experience deeper, or they're more efficient and effective at it. And because they are, obviously they're able to get ahead faster than other people. But we have to look at that in our own lives. How productive have you been in this? Be honest about it, because it's going to dictate whether or not you're going to ever reach your full potential. Isn't it true? Productivity has so much to do with our full potential. You look at even an artist. A lot of artists are judged based on how prolific they were. Were they productive in their careers? Did they put out one painting, or were they like Monet? Did they put out one musical arrangement, or were they a Beethoven? Were they thinking of one formula, or were they solving all formulas like Einstein? There's something about a high performer in any area that they just get more done, partially because they stay at it, partially because of clarity, energy, and courage. So
True. However, everyone's definition of productivity is different. I think my style while working is just to like jump into tasks and like get words up on a piece of paper, and then I can worry about editing and making it sound professional and making sure I'm answering the question and the problem later. That's my style. But other people like to like think through things a bit first, take notes, plan out what they're doing, and then they'll jump in. But the second option of thinking through things first is not less valuable than the first option. It shouldn't be about just simply getting as much done as possible in the same amount of time. I think it should be about like the quality of the work, because what happens if someone's getting a lot of work done quickly, but the quality is trash? And then the person who's getting, say, half of the amount done, it's like perfect, brilliant quality of work. And so I agree it's important to be productive, but it's also important to understand that we all have different definitions of productivity.
honestly evaluating ourselves in that area is vital. A lot of the work I do with senior executives comes back down to reclaiming their life, reclaiming their day. If you read the Motivation Manifesto, you saw declaration number 2 is reclaim your agenda. Get your life's agenda back. Get your life back on track. Take back control. Discover what you truly want and start moving towards that with greater boldness, effectiveness, and efficiency. And life changes. Last one.
He told us to discover what we want and move forward with boldness and efficiency. And that's great and all, but not everyone has the ability to do so. Not everyone can focus specifically on like their career goals because they are like pulled in 6 million different directions, which is something he told us that high performers don't do. They are able to focus their energy and they don't let that waver. But if you're a parent with a bunch of kids and other responsibilities, you may not have the privilege to just sit there and just move towards your goals at lightning speed and just focus your energy on that. Yeah. So I think that goes back to like living a self-examined life to understand where you want your life to go and what you need to do to get there. But with that, I think also comes with knowing your own limitations and knowing exactly like how much time you can commit to trying to achieve that goal. I feel like I'm just blabbing a lot. Sorry if it's too blabby. I hope you guys are enjoying my ramblings.
High performers have a greater level of influence. They have greater people skills. You know, they're just kind of good with other people because they give other people time, attention, respect, honor. And by caring about a
It's important to care about others, important to respect and honor where other people are in their life, but I think we can just learn that naturally. Like DC says, not everyone is going to learn these skills naturally, but I think as I had new life experiences and I had people maybe treat me not too well, I started to understand how I want to treat others and how I want others to feel if they're with me with like or in my presence. And I think like I don't know. I don't know what my point is. Maybe my point is we don't need Brendon Burchard to teach us how to treat others with respect and honor.
people deeply because people see them as compassionate and kind, so they reciprocate. And because they have high levels of ability to give and to take and to be with other people in influential ways, to lead other people, to be a good role model for other people admire and respect them, so they help them. They join their team. They cheer them on. They support them. They invest in them because, frankly, they tend to be exceptionally caring, good, contributing people. Now,
So we would treat others with respect and honor. And so then they see that we're so kind to them and that they want to help us and join our team and they want to support us. And so we know in MLM, we hear this constantly. We're told to be kind and respectful to people and try to become their friend so that they'll know, like, and trust us and want to join our team. And his definition of influence is literally like be nice to people so they'll want to do things for you. In my opinion, let me know if you interpreted that a little bit differently. I think like this character trait should have been called just like respect, kindness, treating people kindly. Like it shouldn't have been influence because I don't like the idea that we're being kind to people in order to have influence over them. But we do know that is a big MLM thing. Uplines will be kind to their downlines and shower them with praise and kindness and positive reinforcement in order to keep them in the system for as long as possible. You're not blabby, you are very articulate. Thank you. I appreciate that. I had thoughts in my head planned out and then I forgot all of them. So hopefully like you guys are getting something from this video. So much of this would be perfectly okay advice if it wasn't just meant to keep you in your biz. Exactly. Exactly. Like the idea of focusing our energy in the MLM context that could be related to like you need to just focus on your business and not let outside influences get in your way, right? I feel like I haven't referred everything back to MLM, but like Lift Panic said, having the courage to stay in your business despite people around you questioning it and wondering if you're in a scam. Oh my god, I don't remember what the other ones are. What are the other ones? I forget what the other ones are because they're all bullshit, right? Seek clarity, understanding what we want in our life, right? And of course, we want to achieve our financial goals in our MLM. Raise necessity, working with urgency, working with focus. That also relates to how our uplines and our CEOs want us to function within their MLM company. Totally. And it'd be okay advice. Like it's good. These are good tenets to live by and good methods of how we should be treating other people. My only issue is that it's being taught by an MLM not MLM, sorry, self-help guru. And this video is meant as a way to draw people in and get them to pay for his high performance coaching and to, in my opinion, just like put people into greater debt, especially those who are already within MLMs.
Is it possible for all of us to become high performers? The answer is yes. Are high performers born or made? They're conditioned. They're created by habit. In each of these areas, even if they didn't know it, each of these areas. I've worked with a lot of people, like I mentioned, even major celebrities or music stars. They might not have ever even thought consciously about clarity, energy, courage, productivity, and influence. But you look at their lives and those elements are there and they're sharpened and they're honed. They're sharp.
Exactly. So like some people can just develop these skills naturally through the basis of who they talk to and what they do day to day.
And they're honed because they focus on life. They're mastering their mind, their emotions, their schedule. They focus on the discipline of creating real knowledge, skills, talent, abilities, and they've done it longer than anyone else. And so those areas, they got sharpened, even if just by luck and habit. My job is to ask questions of our clients, help them find greater levels of power in each of those areas. That's what makes me a high performance coach, is I know how to work with people's psychology, their physiology, their productivity, their people skills, to heighten those 5 levels of clarity, energy, courage, productivity, and influence. I hope that this has helped you to kind of explain what the heck it is I do, what the heck it is so many certified high performance coaches do out there in the world. And I hope that someday you consider yourself a high performer or your life's goal to help people reach higher performance. You can check out my websites or visit.
I think my life goal would just be to treat people kindly, examine how I live my life, and determine whether or not I need to make improvements on my own, and just like live my life in the way that I think I should, and make changes when I feel like I need to, or if a loved one comes to me and it's like, "I think that you might have been a bit rude there, you might have been disrespectful there, and I didn't appreciate it," right? And then if, like, a loved one comes up to you providing you with constructive criticism or feedback, and then you, like, take that feedback, examine how you can implement it, and then try to improve in the future. I think that's my life goal. I would need drugs to achieve the kind of clarity he's talking about. It's funny, we're almost done.
Visit us at Hybris Academy at some point in your life, and we'll talk about it there. And that's where people get certified and learn about how to become a high performance coach. But I just hope this answers your question. A lot of people ask me all the time, "What the heck do you do, Brendon?" Well, that's what I do. I hope that by just talking about this, you evaluated your life a little bit more closely in those 5 areas of high performance. Get good at those 5 areas, and tell you what, you'll start to experience what we call the charged life. Hey guys, Brendon. Did you like this episode? If you did, you can do 3 things right now to continue your journey. First, you can subscribe right here to my channel, which I hope you will, so I can keep sending you videos on a weekly basis to change your life. Second, you can get my...
We watch that part. We don't need to watch that. So he was telling us about 5 of the areas, and I think on the website, was it 7? Was it 7 areas? Or 6? 1, so see clarity, generate energy, raise necessity, increase productivity, develop influence, demonstrate courage. And so I think in his video, he did not have the raise necessity one, but yeah, so that's okay. So what do you guys think? I thought it was interesting jumping into just a specific portion of Brendon Burchard, because I think we've all heard about him within the MLM context, and I really wanted to do a video about him, but I wanted it to be a bit more focused, and I came across the High Performance Institute, and it was fun for me to learn what his definition of high performance is, his definition of how we can all have a higher than average level of success for ourselves in our day-to-day life, and how we can be the most complete person. Like I said before, myself, from my own experiences, I have I have developed a lot of these skills just naturally on the basis of like growing up and moving a lot and having new life experiences. And like DC said, such a great point. Some people will need help to develop those, some people need guidance. I just wish that we knew the price of this high performance coaching to see if it's actually a reasonable price for the average person. If the average person who sees this and thinks it's interesting and that they would benefit, like, is it actually affordable for the average person? I would wonder. Yeah. Lilac Llama said, "Hi, did I miss the stream?" Yes. I'm so sorry, Lilac Llama. We are just finishing it up now. We just finished watching our video, but if you'd like, you can watch the replay. It was on Brendon Burchard's High Performance Institute. Also, I agree with DC. You are very articulate. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I often feel like I should write notes for these videos and like read off a script, because sometimes I have thoughts in my head that make sense. Then when I say them out loud, it doesn't. Replay crew. Oh, thank you, Lilac Llama. That's so nice. So that's all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you, Charlie and Lift Panic and DC and Lilac Llama and anyone else who jumped in and watched the live, and anyone who will watch the replay. I want to go live again tomorrow for an Amway stream. It's a little bit random, but I'm excited for it. We're going to learn more about Rich DeVos, and then I want to watch a random, really weird Amway commercial that I think the company made, but it's really unclear. It's really weird and really cringy, so I'm excited for that. It might be tomorrow evening if you're free. Nice job, Heather. I'll have to watch the beginning on replay. Oh, thank you. I hope you enjoy the beginning of it. Thanks, Heather. I always enjoy your videos. Thank you, Charlie. That's awesome. I'm so glad you liked it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow if you're free. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye.